I would like to thank my beloved subscribers.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of watching 3 Scary True Home Alone horror stories. In the first one, we had a Home Alone story involving a husband and wife, and there was something in the basement, and we never really found out what it was. In the second story, we had a drunk Dale who broke into a house, and she had a kitchen knife. What is this one gonna be about? I don't know. But yeah, get into it right now. Story 3 by Tom. Oh my. What's your best fit schedule?
I've spent most of my life being alone. That's not a knock on anybody in my family or past relationships.
Yeah.
It's just that I've always thrived when I'm alone.
Okay.
Whenever I date, I end up breaking off the relationship before it gets too serious.
Damn.
This isn't a pity party either.
Okay.
That's the way I've always liked it. Being able to focus on myself, I've been able to build my company and find success.
Okay.
My job allows me to travel all over the world and meet people from every walk of life. Basically, I'm kind of like an interior decorator. I meet with clients, talk about ways to design rooms, and help them achieve their vision.
And
I'm currently in my mid-30s, and for the first time in my life, I have a roommate.
Okay.
Last year, something happened to me, and now I never want to be home alone again.
Well, that's worrying.
Years of grinding allowed me to save money, so I was able to buy my dream home. I moved into the house 6 months before the events of the story took place.
Okay.
By this time in my company's life, I was fortunate enough to be able to pick and choose my clients. Because of the high demand, I unfortunately had to turn a lot of people down.
Aww.
With the success of the company, I spent a lot of time working.
I really want to know what the company
Unless I was meeting with a client somewhere, I did most of my work right from my home office. A few months after I moved in, I started hearing this weird noise when I was working in my office. I didn't hear it all the time, just sometimes. The noise was like a shuffling sound. I realize that's vague, but that's exactly what it sounded like.
No, yeah, I
Imagine
get
the sound of someone pushing a box in a room next to you. That's kind of what it sounded like. The shuffling was always brief, but loud enough that it would break my concentration whenever I would hear it.
I would try to figure out what it was.
I ignored it and went back to work. Once it started happening semi-regularly, I couldn't ignore it anymore. One afternoon when I heard the strange shuffling noise, I stopped working and went upstairs to investigate.
Okay.
I remember standing completely still, trying to hear anything I could, but it would always just be me standing there.
Shit.
I felt like I was losing my mind. I'd hear the noise, I would stop whatever I was doing, and run around the house. Once I proved to myself that there wasn't anybody walking around upstairs, I thought there had to be squirrels that must have gotten into the siding of the house. I remember when I was growing up, a bunch of squirrels got under the roof in my parents' house, and it would keep me up all night. Anybody who has had this happen to them knows how much of a pain this can be. Not just because they can be annoying running around, but because of the damage they can cause. Once I had my squirrel revelation, my mind was at peace for a little while. I figured I would just take care of it when I had some time. The noise continued for a few more days. Every time I heard the noise, I would write myself another note to remind me to call someone about the squirrels. I had so many other things on my plate that calling someone to deal with this was the least of my concerns.
Yeah,
a few nights later, I worked a lot later than I usually would.
You're a busy man.
I didn't get off of my computer and into bed until after 2 in the morning.
Damn!
While I was lying in bed trying to go to sleep, I heard the shuffling sound again.
You are a hard worker.
This was the first time I heard the sound at night. I tried to ignore it and just go to sleep, but this shuffling sound was different from the one I would hear from my office.
How?
Usually, I would hear the quick shuffle and then nothing, but now
it would
sounded like continuous movement.
Yeah.
It annoyed me enough that I got up, stood on my bed, and tried listening through the ceiling. The shuffling sound stopped, but I heard something worse. What? I swear, I could hear breathing. Just thinking that seemed ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Then I remembered that my house has a crawl space in it that's like a small attic. The crawl space was very small and kind of hard to even get to, that I didn't even use it for anything. It dawned on me that my crawl space was directly over the bedroom.
Ooh.
I was terrified.
Yeah.
If it was breathing that I heard, I didn't want to think about what that meant.
He's a person.
Even though I was scared now, deep down, I still thought I was dealing with squirrels.
No.
I got myself
You can't
hyped
hear
up to at least
Shadley
look at the crawl
bleeding.
space. I had one of the pull-down strings on the ceiling that released a ladder that led to the crawl space.
Do you have a knife?
The string was usually secured next to the door. I was short enough that I had to get a chair to stand on just to release the string so I could pull it. I started to pull the string hard because I thought it might have just jammed. Finally, it opened, and I slowly went up the ladder. All I did was poke my head into the crawl space and
You
look
saw
around quickly.
something?
I didn't realize how scared I was until I was actually on the ladder.
Yeah.
It was dark.
You did
and
feel
I
your
didn't see
heart
anything
rate?
except for two giant beams on each side of the crawl space. After my quick glance, I shut the crawl space door. I was
Dang.
starting to scare myself.
Yeah.
I went into the living room and turned on the TV. I couldn't sleep. I just kept thinking about someone being in the crawl space, hiding behind one of those beams.
Call
At least
someone.
with the TV on, I could try to distract my thoughts. I started to doze off eventually.
Listen. You call somebody, okay? That's what you need to do. If you're this worried and this scared, you should call 911. Best case scenario, if you call 911, you waste a bit of their time. Or you can call the number for non-emergencies. Because if you don't think it is an emergency, then, call their non-emergency line. But, I would call the police if I was this worried. I would, okay? And besides, if you're dozing off in the living room, I'm pretty sure you didn't lock the living room door. They could murder you right now.
While I was going in and out of sleep, I thought I heard the sound of a door creaking open.
Yeah.
The sound was jarring enough that it woke me up instantly.
Good.
I jumped off the couch and scanned the entire room.
See anybody?
I didn't see or hear anything at first.
Shit.
I took a few steps from the living room into the kitchen. I still didn't see anything out of the norm.
Oh,
I
God.
walked out of the kitchen and into the hall.
Oh, God.
At the end of the long hallway was my office. Since the hallway was pitch black, I turned on the light.
Oh.
I half expected to see someone standing at the end of the hall
Oh,
once
yeah,
the light
I
was on.
bet.
I was so on edge by this point.
God, go
I slowly
outside
continued down
and
the hall
call
and
the
into
police.
office. Once again, everything seemed fine. After finishing my search downstairs,
Oh,
I slowly
God.
made my way upstairs.
Okay.
Right away, I noticed that the pole string was dangling down, and even more terrifying,
The
it looked
adder.
like it was slightly swaying. I thought it had to be my imagination. I
No.
was sure that I secured that string when I closed it earlier.
You can see it.
Because of how scared I was when I went up there, I thought to myself that it was possible that I could have left the string hanging, as unlikely as that may be.
And it started
As I walked
moving
down
on
the
its
hall,
own.
I noticed my bedroom door was almost completely shut. I always leave it wide open. When I
Why?
grabbed the door to open it, I noticed that the door made a loud, creaking sound. I
Yeah,
was
the one you
terrified.
heard.
This was clearly the sound I heard a little while ago.
Yeah.
What I couldn't figure out is why. I turned on the
Someone
bedroom light.
opened
The room looked
it.
exactly how I had left it. Just as I was about to leave the room, I noticed something. On the floor right next to my bed
Mud.
looked like a small clump of dirt. I got close to the dirt and bent over to look at
Why?
it. When I was down on one knee,
Oh,
I
God.
thought I could hear that breathing sound again. From my position on one knee, I got down even further and looked under the bed.
Why?
Lying under the bed, staring directly at me, was a middle-aged man.
Oh!
I screamed and fell back on my two palms.
Oh, God!
The man didn't move, but he shouted, "Hi, Julie, it's okay."
Julie,
I was trying to get up and run. but I
Run.
felt like I was stuck in quicksand.
fucking
He
run!
just kept yelling, "It's okay," over and over
No,
again.
who are you?
I ran downstairs, grabbed my phone, got in the car, and drove off.
Why?
There's a 24-hour diner near my house. I drove to the diner and went inside in hysterics. I called the police, and they sent a patrol car to the diner to check on me.
He
And then a
done.
few more to the house.
He
When they
died.
got to the house, there was nobody there.
Duh.
They searched the entire house thoroughly and didn't find him.
The
They
close
found
base.
several empty bottles of water and a small pillow behind one of the pillars.
I knew it.
I ended up staying at a motel for almost a month.
Yeah.
I was terrified to go back home. I spent a lot of money on home surveillance after that.
Good.
It's been a year, and that person never
I
resurfaced.
would board up that close base. I would board up that crawl space so hard. And then he knew your name? I know that's probably not too hard to know if you live in somebody's house without them seeing you. But yeah, no, that's creepy. Don't do that. Don't pretend like we know each other. And then he was hiding under your bed. Why? Why? Were you planning on murdering me? I gave you a place to live for multiple months. Yeah, no. There's no reason for him to hide under your bed when he was perfectly fine in the crawl space. Also, are you a female? That makes it even more messed up, all things considered.
I don't know where he went, but I know he's still out there lurking somewhere.
Yeah.
I have a theory as to who it was.
What?
An old family friend of my dad's who he had to cut off for, let's just say, being attracted to me.
Oh!
I think it was him, but it just looks like a much older version of him.
Well, yeah,
If it
he
wasn't,
probably got
then
older.
Whoever he was, he knew my name.
Yeah.
And somehow got into my house,
Yeah.
living in my crawl space. I feel like sometimes even locking your doors isn't enough if someone really wants to get in.
Of course it ain't, but, you know, hopefully the point of the door is to, like, do that. You know, I saw a sign on one of my walks that said, trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. And that was a really good sign. Like, it's a horrible sign, like, almost like, hold on, you already shot me, you don't have to do it again. But yeah, I get it, like, you know, that sign is pretty damn serious and pretty damn horrible. It makes the person inside the house seem like more of a monster than the trespasser. And that's kind of what you want, like, if you want to scare people off your house, I would put up a bunch of signs that said, trespasser will be shot, survivor will be shot again, done on premises, dog on premises sign. I don't know, like, maybe create an aura of fear around your house if you don't want anybody to come in. Maybe put up, like, some really obvious cameras. Yeah, they don't all have to be real cameras, even. There could be a couple fake ones. But, yeah. If I had to rate them now, man. Okay, I don't know, honestly, man, I really don't want to do this, but I think 3 in the secondary, is it? Yeah, okay, 3 is the best one, 2 is the second best one, and 1 is the least best one. That is how I would rate these stories, and then, yeah, they were all pretty good, this one. You know, man, I really wish they would do more of the scary part where, like, oh, you look at the guy's face. Yeah, you know.
If it wasn't, then whoever's still here sent bombs.
Like this. I wish they would do more of this. I feel like this moment could have been way creepier if he did the music where, like, oh, and then it did, like, a sudden reveal of his eyes. I feel like that would have made it so much more terrifying. Look at him.
Move, but he shouted, "Hi, Julie, it's okay."
Maybe, like, he should have read this line with more intensity, like, "Hi, Julie, it's okay." You know, that is horrifying. But, yeah. I think that is gonna do it for this video. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!
Yeah, this must be my,